is titled Fall, and thanks to Chris Sarantis for sorting out all the sound and doing a really good job. Thank you. When I walk into the road and fall down the manhole, I know things are looking up. I fall beside flaming youth, fallen by 62% since 1932. That's no bother to you, because you have loads of money and only ever fall in strength. I bite, inflatable knuckles in the hope that sales will fall. I see lions adopting grabs and drags to make arrests, whilst a man falls from his building, his workplace, his bed, his tea towel, his shower cap, his home. Checkered lights flash, price fall. I fall for the first time in 4 years, and my advice to you, make sure you don't fall for scripted robots. They're rife in Wichita Falls. Have you been? I look out from a passing window and I see approaching. Quick, close the door and fall down past the pile of shirts and lean, forwards, downwards, so your nose is pressed against the TV screen and you can feel its electric fuzz and watch the trees fall, oil fall, snow fall in Alberta. Where were you this September? September. In September, the Canadian Wildlife Service investigated a mortality event. Dozens of birds, dozens of starlings fell from the sky on a road near Savassan. Local townspeople were left in a state of shock as they witnessed these birds plunge to the ground in September. It is unclear whether the birds were dead before hitting the ground, collapsed and crashed. Witnesses said it was like mass suicide. The birds collapsed and crashed to the ground in unison. Questions remain: death caused by migration and hunger, or perhaps stormy weather? The birds were stressed and malnourished, causing their bodies to shut down, 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 and fall from the sky.
Decline, decrease, demise, descend, destruction, diminish, dive, down, drop, dwindle.
An old newspaper flaps into my face. Blind marathon runner and his sighted trainer fall in love. Is this a marketing fall from the Falls News Press? I want to fall asleep. The fall is so gradual and predictable, like a time clock puncher. I want my happy fall, simmering with fall garden vegetables and rippling with a bike fall. A dramatic fall, a dizzying first fall inflation, one of those surprise falls, like the fall of Rome or that girl shoved off Mountain Falls Bridge. You take a trip west and listen to the unhealthy atmosphere along its rail tracks. You say there's this fall and that fall, the fall of dynasty and the fall of church and the fall of construction workers. You say don't fall for the hype of a nosedive free fall, a deadly selfie plunge fall at the top of Nevada Falls. The station could fall back and erupt into colours and foliage in about 1/5 of a second. The exact time it takes to fall into a zoo enclosure, a deadly short fall. You only found low-level falls which fall through ceilings and raw white static like gondolans fall, plummet, plunge, perish. How about my great fall? A 3-story fall out of my cracked shoes and into the Fall River? Or what about climbing that tree? The one over there that lunges back and forth with an alcoholic twitch. I could climb it to fall down the entire length of it. I could be the fall guy, and at the centre of this tale would be the rise and fall of gulls and scavengers. But then I hear the fuzzy electric TV crackle, which interferes and plays.
F says to A, I think you need these lovebirds after all. They may help your personality. And L says to F, I still don't understand how you knew A needed lovebirds. And L says to L, who says to S, can I bring in the lovebirds? They haven't harmed anybody yet. Can I bring in the lovebirds? They haven't harmed anybody yet. And L repeats to S, can I please bring in the lovebirds? And L says to all, have you ever seen so many gulls? What do you suppose it is? S replies, well, there must be a storm at sea that can drive them inland, you know. A remains silent. And L says to all, there are 8,650 species of birds in the world today. And L asks, what about lovebirds? A remains silent. And S says to all, get yourselves guns and wipe them off the face of the earth. A remains silent. And L says to L, maybe we're all getting a little carried away with this. And A remains silent. And L says to S, I have never known birds of different species to flock together. Why, if that happens, we wouldn't stand a chance. How could we possibly hope to find them? And S says to all, get yourselves guns and wipe them off the face of the earth. And A cries, gulls, crows, swifts, they're coming, they're coming. And S says to L and L, get L out. L, get L out. Get out of here. And A remains and cries, bandages! I need bandages! It's terrible!
Sing, 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 slip, slip, slump, stumble, succumb, surrender. The fall of my hair is my downfall. Like the fall of darkness, the fall of woodcock, the sound of mysterious phone calls, a distinctive surly drawl with its controlled rise and fall falls onto my shoulders, onto my knees as my eyes fall over, on top, behind, into, away and down. Nightfall. I wait for nightfall to fall into despair at the hands of Soup's falls. This is a time for accidental and knee-jerk falls, to minimise hurt from twin falls. This is the time of the great fall, a granite-sized equinox of a fall. He who falls makes the common error of sudden transitions like a dying waterfall. On the first day of the fall, bombs tumbled out of cracks in plaster walls to feed the city, its canals and fallen wives. The fall of man in childhood is a fatal fall in wickets from 10 stories high. Hypertension and seersucker coats help me fall asleep naturally. I take a trip and tumble into Jatinga, a small village which topples on a mountain edge. Birds fly at high speed and crash into a mountain ridge. Bird carcasses fall down on the valley below.